Down at Rose Cottage there's magic in the air. Emma's got her needles, her threads, her crafty flair, with a hoop in her hand and a smile so wide. She's calling y'all to join the Flosstube tribe. Rose Cottage creates where the stitches come alive. Threads of joy, oh, they'll make your heart thrive. So grab your floss, come laugh, come play, be part.
Hello, hello, hi, good morning my flossy friends. I'm out with the camera. I was hoping you could get a little view of the Valentine's display that we have on offering. So I thought I'd try. I'm coming in. Hello, hello. I thought if I sit down, there's no way you're going to see what's going on behind me. So I have took a little video. I'll pop in at the end. I don't know how much you got to see then. So hi everyone, welcome. It's Emma. We're back again. It's Rose Cottage Creates. Yeah, how are we all doing? We're in February. We made it through January. Yay! Lovely to see you all back again. Thank you so much to everyone that's given me a little mention and a shout out. And I know I've received quite a few more subscribers over this last month. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching and sticking around with me. It's wonderful. As you know, well, if you've been following me, and you'll know on my last episode, it was we'd reached 1,000 subscribers, yay! Which obviously I was absolutely delighted about. So we did a giveaway. It was the lovely Pauline from Sobe Bags. I'll just hold up her little card there. She'd give the beautiful Liberty pattern bag to give away. Hope you can see that there. Is it focusing? So we've got a giveaway. We've picked a winner. We've got a giveaway. It was a giveaway. We've got a winner. So stick with me and we'll announce that coming up later. Oh, I've been a busy bee. I've been a real busy bee. We've been decorating the kitchen. Well, I say we, just me, have been decorating the kitchen. So painting all over the place, which led through to finishing the kitchen, going through to a little hallway and a toilet, downstairs toilet. So all that's been done. So yeah, luckily I'm not actually covered in paint today. We've had, what else have we been up to? Football, lots of football. The boys are quite big into the football. So Alfie plays for a team on a Sunday. We also sometimes go and watch our local team, and obviously the boys are big Liverpool fans. So yeah, so it's all been happening. So weekends have been pretty full on with football. Alfie's finished his 2 weeks of exams. I don't know whether I'd mentioned that last time. So he's just starting to get some results back and some feedback. Not that they're big. I think they call them tracking tests. So they're more just to see where they're up to, if the teachers are teaching them, if they're learning. So yeah, he's doing really well so far, which is good. So he's enjoying that. Other than that, nothing else. Like I said, there's been lots of painting going on, lots of work, but there has been lots of crafting, which I'm very, very thankful for, that I have managed to keep up with that. And I've actually kept up with my book of days, which I wasn't too sure. I'm not great when it comes to writing in diaries and things, but I have kept up. So obviously that was January. So we're full, absolutely full. And I think I did stitch every day. Yeah, I did. Stitched every day, which was wonderful. So I did make some notes. So I've had a start and a finish, which was a small gift, which I'll be able to share a picture of. I've had a start and a finish, which was a crochet gift, which I can now share a picture of. I've had 4 new starts, 3 fully finishes, but one of those, like 1 start and 1 finish, was actually 5. It was 5 of the mini pillows. So can I class that as 1 or can I class that as 5? I mean, if we can class it as 5, then that's great. I'll take that. So yeah, I think I've exceeded myself this month. Yeah, I've done really well. But I'll quickly show you. So last time, in my last video, I was talking about my Barbara Anna, the Mad Hatter, that we're all mad here. It was still in the hoop last time, and there was the tiniest bit of writing left to do. So I can finally share it is absolutely complete now. I mean, we were practically there last time. But yeah, there we are. Gorgeous. I have no idea how I'm going to frame. Obviously, I would like this framed. I would think I would like this on the wall. But it is actually circular. Well, it sort of gives the illusion that it is circular. So I'm not quite sure whether it would look a bit strange in a square frame, or I don't know. I'm not too sure. I need to really go and have a look what's out there and see. I don't know whether I'd feel confident framing it in a circle. I don't know. I mean, I've got the board, the mat board and things, but yeah, it is glorious though. The colours are just, oh. I think I mentioned last time about Barbara Anna. There's something about the faces, the way she does the faces. And they're all just DMC threads, floss. It's not, because to me it looks very variegated, and it's not. It is just a mixture of DMC colours. But yeah, the face, it's just like the way it gives the shadow, and the tone is beautiful. I've got some more Barbara Anna, and I am very tempted actually to get another one out and make a start. But yeah, I love that one. So fully finished. Well, fully stitched finished. We need to fully finish it and frame it. Like I say, I'm just not quite 100% sure on what I'm going to go for that. I think I remember seeing, is it Jennifer, the little paper bear her Flosstube, and she stitched it. Well, she finished hers. I think I was still working away on mine. She's had hers finished for a while. And I know in one of her episodes, she shows her finish, and it's amazing. She's bought like a clock. So it actually looks like the clock face, like a pocket watch, but obviously a bigger size one. And that looks incredible. That looks really good. So yeah, it would be quite cool to do something like that, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what's out there and yeah, see what's going on. Right, so where should we start? Oh, the one thing as well, going a bit off topic, well I'm not, because obviously it's still cross stitching, but my Mirabilia. So I did show this last time and I'd made a start, and can I just thank you all for the comments, for the people that reached out to me about this one. Obviously, I've never stitched one of these patterns before, and I actually don't have the beads. So it was bought to me for me as a gift. I've kitted it up and I've got the DMCs anyway, but I haven't got the beads, so I do need to purchase the beads. But I'd started this because I stitch everything on 36 count linen. I'd made a start, and then luckily, it was a very small start. Luckily, quite a few of you reached out to me and said, "Whoa, Emma, have a think about this. Apparently the beads won't sit very well on 36 count," which I had no idea about. So thank you all. I know a few of you sent me a message about that, left a comment. And honestly, because I wouldn't have had a clue, I'd have just carried on stitching, and I had no intention of buying the beads until I was a bit further along, because I probably wouldn't be doing that until last anyway. And obviously it's a beast of a project, isn't it? So it's going to take me a while. So we're going to have to rethink that. So the small bit of stitching that I did have, I've just unpicked, and I'm actually using the linen for something else. So I really need to think about that. Now obviously I'm going to have to think about what count I'm going to do it on, think about what colour, because I'm really not into that colour linen. That's just not my bag at all. So I need to think of something a bit prettier for this. So this has gone on hold for the time being, which is fine. It's there's no rush. It's just I was going to make a start on it, but yeah, so thanks so much for all that advice. Because like I say, I would have quite easily just carried on stitching away and had no idea that I'd be in big trouble at the end. So yeah, so like I say, we've just frogged what was there. There was only a small start anyway. So I really need to rethink that one. But like I say, I'm not really in a rush to make a start on that one. I'm really not bothered. So what else have I been working on this month? I'll do my whips at the moment before I start showing you the fully finishes. So I know it's Christmas and I didn't know whether I was going to work on any more Christmas, and then I thought maybe about working on Christmas things towards the end of the month. Anyway, I kind of just stitch with just whatever I want to go for, really. So I've had this whip on the go for a while. So this is the Stitchery Sisters. This was the Nordic heirloom sampler, which is gorgeous. Quite a big project, I'm not gonna lie. Sarah, you give us quite a lot to work on. They're quite small motifs as well, so it is quite time consuming, but I do love it, and the colours are beautiful. They're all, I've shown them before, so I won't go into too much detail, but they're all the Weeks Dye Works. Oh, just such a lovely palette together. So I've come down a little bit further on one of the motifs. There, it's looking gorgeous. I love this linen choice as well, even if I do say so myself. I'm quite chuffed with it. So I've moved down here, so we've got the reindeer going on. It looks like I've started something here as well. I don't know what that. Oh, it's going to be the start of a wreath. There's like a big Christmas wreath in the middle there. So yeah, slowly progressing through, but you know, if we keep picking it up, we'll get there. See that okay there? Yeah, gorgeous. It's going to be lovely. Really loving that one. So I gave that one a little bit more time, and like I said, I think I probably will just keep going back to that one. If anyone was interested, the linen that I'd used, I must have bought from the Stitchery. So did I buy it as a kit? No, I didn't buy it as a kit. I bought it I bought the pattern and the threads, and then I think I must have picked this up on a separate occasion when I was at the Stitchery. So it's actually Fibre on a Whim, Cafe au Lait is what I'm stitching it on if anyone's interested, but beautiful colour. I don't think I've stitched much with Fibre on a Whim. Need to experiment, I think, with a few more linens. That's what I'd really like, I think, to maybe purchase a couple more linens. I'd like to try a few different brands as well. I've heard a lot of people mention, is it Lakeside Linen, Cedar? Oh, I can't think now off the top of my head. But anyway, I've seen some beautiful, beautiful linens online, and I think I might need to possibly venture into the linen world a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to shock you all with this one. So this was a project, oh gosh, probably one of my very, very early starts. I would have started this not long after picking up cross stitching. And this was actually a pattern on Etsy. I think I'd seen it online and loved it. And I think the designer, it's called Tidy Patterns, is the designer. I'm just trying to see what it was called. I'm sure it was something about light and dark. Why can't I see a name for it? If anyone desperately needs to know, leave me a message, because it must be, this is only a printout and it's black and white, so I'm sorry, I've got the proper one on my phone. But you know me, I like to work from paper. So that's the pattern. Obviously only black and white, but it's beautiful. So she's got all this like flowing hair with the moon and stars, and she's carrying this little trolley that's got a load of books on there. And I just thought, my husband's a big reader, and I thought this would be a really nice pattern, and I hadn't touched it for a long time. Anyway, I picked this up for quite a few days. Again, this is going to be a big, well, very time consuming, I think, because I mean I worked on it for, gosh, quite a few days, I'm sure. Oh, maybe not as long as I thought, actually. I've only got 2 days here. Oh, okay. Maybe it was wishful thinking then. Maybe I'd done 2 days of stitching and I thought I'd had a finish. I thought I would have a finish. So I've just worked more over here in the hair. Oh, Emma, you need to realise that this is not it's a journey, isn't it? It's not, what's that saying? It's not a race. It's just take our time and enjoy it. Something like that. So yeah. It is lovely to work on as well, and it's really nice with just working with the black. So again, they're just DMC colours. I'm using all the called for, but obviously in these spaces there's going to be more colours. The colours are actually gorgeous. There's a real mixture. I'll just pick a couple out because they're all just on. I have my DMC on Pip and Chip floss, not floss drops. Oh gosh, where's the name gone? Oh, those bobbins. Is that right? Oh, Emma, do you know what's going on this morning? But anyway, these these are what I have my DMC. I love the Pip and Chip ones. I desperately need to get some more. So I've got loads of the DMC now. When our Hobbycraft was closing down, I think I've nearly got, or practically got the full set now, but I really need some more of these. The acrylic, they are bobbins, I'm sure. The acrylic bobbins I need, because I bought the stickers from them as well. You can see those, which are great. If no one's used them, they're such good quality and they don't budge. Once they're on, they're on. So yeah, I was just going to quickly show you some of the colours. So these are all the colours that are going to be going into this pattern. And we've got some like brights. Oh, it's a really nice palette. Sorry, it's so hard for me to hold. Some teal, like a teal colour, pale blue. But yeah, when they're all together, then we've got some creams. There's quite a few colours actually. It's surprising. Obviously it's 310, the main colour, the black. But yeah, that will be lovely. I don't know why I love the pattern. I don't know. I kind of stitched on it at the start and then never really picked it up again since. So it is going to be gorgeous. It's lovely. And I like this linen as well on it. Can't remember what linen this one was. Oh yeah, I've got the thing at the bottom. It is, oh, it's vellum, so it's Picture This Plus vellum is the linen. I do try and work on it. I don't really cut it down. I'm always a bit dubious of cutting. So it's a huge piece of linen. But then saying that, I did try and measure. So I do use one of the calculator, which are brilliant, you know, to calculate your stitches and see how big your project's going to be. And I did measure it out the other day and it was actually a lot larger than I thought. So I was hoping that the measurements were right. There's plenty of fabric. It will definitely fit on that. But I thought I'm not going to cut it down just in case. I was a bit, I thought that's quite a lot larger than I thought. So I'm not going to touch the linen for now. I think if I don't need it, if I don't need to use the linen, I'd rather keep it whole for now. And then there's no wobbles at the end. I mean, sometimes, my gosh, sometimes I have pushed my luck. Sometimes, especially which we'll get to in a minute, when I was stitching some of the small pillows. Gosh, yeah, it was touch and go whether I'd cut it too fine for the border, but it was fine. We always make it work. And all the finishes, I fully finish everything myself, so I've only got myself to blame, haven't I, if I've not got a lot of edging to work with. I can only blame myself for that. So what else? Christmas. Back to Christmas. I'd seen somebody talking on Flosstube the other week and they were saying about, now I know people tend to do certain dates for Christmas and a date for Halloween, but someone had said about using a couple of days, sort of the last couple of days of the month, to stitch on Christmas. And I thought actually that's a really good idea because I've got quite a lot of Christmas patterns and smalls that I would I'd really like stitched up because I like to do a little display, as you can tell. I do like seasonal stitching a lot. It's quite a focus, I think, since I got into my cross stitching, which isn't even quite a year yet, my gosh. It'll be coming up to a year, it might even be February, I'm not sure. I do quite like, or I did think in my mind it would be lovely to have displays. So like, obviously this is Valentine's. We don't really normally tend to do a lot for Valentine's, but I thought it'd be lovely to have a display. I really, really want to do an Easter one. So probably this month I might start looking at some Easter charts, because I like to do it sort of bit of it in advance. So obviously I've got things to display ready at the time. So I think I'll probably look into that. But anyway, going off topic there. So I did want to start some more Christmas. I thought it'd be quite nice to start some Christmas patterns. Now I have got this one. I didn't actually start this, but I have kind of got it at the ready. So that is obviously one of my favourite designers, Brenda Chevet, with Thy Needle and Thread. Sorry about the glare, that's really, really bad. In fact, what I'll do is I'll whisk that out the pack before I blind you all. And this is, let's just show it on there. That is Christmas. Is it Christmas at Winterbury? Let me just have a little look. Christmas at Winterbury Cabin, that one's called. So yeah, love that one. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Got all the little motifs, the snowman, just one snowman sat in there with Santa pulling him along. So I have got everything, or kind of everything, at the ready for that. And I don't know why I didn't choose that one. It's kind of there on the back burner, ready to pick up. But I was watching a Flosstube a couple of weeks ago. It was lovely. My lovely stitchy friend Sarah from Penelope's Pocket. Hello, Sarah. And she'd stitched a Plum Street sampler. What is it? Kringle and Woodland? That one. Let me just show you the pattern. I'm sure you've seen that one before with his sheep. So I said to Sarah, I said, oh, it was lovely. I loved hers when she'd stitched it. And she very, very kindly offered to send me the pattern to use, to borrow, so I could stitch, which, Sarah, thank you so much. That was so kind, so generous. So I know, Sarah, you said there's no rush to get it back to you, because obviously you have stitched it now, but I don't like borrowing things, and I don't like keeping hold of them for too long. So Sarah, I have made a start. There we are. It's still in the hoop at the moment because I'm working away. So we've got the trees down the side, the border, that's where it stops anyway, and obviously straight onto Santa's boots and then up onto the trousers. So yeah, love it. I was a bit unsure. In fact, this was the linen that I was doing the Mirabilia in, so it's the Weeks Dye Works. Is it Rhyolite? Is the colour. And I don't know about this colour. Sometimes I look and I think it looks very purple, but I don't know whether that's me. And then other times I look and I don't know. To me it looks quite a mauve, purpley, but then I look and it looks a bit grey and a bit brown, so I'm not sure. I don't know whether I love it. And I don't know whether it's the right choice for this pattern, but hey ho. We've made a good start, so we will persevere. I've completely picked my own colours, just because there's quite a lot of colours, but there was quite a lot of classic colourway and gentle arts, and I don't have an awful lot of those. So I think there's a gentle arts, is it Endive, which is the green. Now I do have, that is the call for colour. I did have that for another project, but pretty much all of the others I'm just making up as I go, really. I just thought I need to really get into the mindset of I don't always have to use the called for. if I've got plenty of stash and I've got plenty of other colours that I think are going to work, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to try it because I don't want to have to keep ordering huge big amounts of floss each time. I mean, I love the Weeks Dye Works. They're probably one of my favourites. Like I said, I've probably got a master set of the DMC, and I do have quite a few. I mean, nowhere near the Weeks Dye Works. Absolutely nowhere near. But I've got a few that I've sort of had for other projects and things. So I'm just going to go with what I've got. So I'm hoping, I started the red on his trousers last night, and it isn't a red that I've used for Santa before. This is Weeks Dye Works Merlot. So I'm hoping it's going to work. Who knows? It's quite a deep burgundy red, but then I thought that might be quite nice with his black boots. So yeah, we'll see. Like I say, I'm just going to go with what I've got, and I'm happy with it so far. I just hope that the fabric choice will work, but I'm sure when it's stitched up, it'll be perfect. So I am working away on that at the moment. And like I say, I was going to keep it just sort of towards the end of the month, but I still stitched on it last night. It doesn't really bother me that it's Christmas. And I've kept that all in my gorgeous bag that Pauline from Sew Me Bags had sent me. So she obviously give one for the giveaway winner, and then sent me this one, which is adorable. So that's housing all my Christmas projects in at the moment. And what else should we do? In fact, talking about the bag, let's just go. Well, I'll just announce the giveaway winner. So obviously this is the bag. I've kept it in the beautiful paper that Pauline has sent, and I don't really want to, I won't unwrap it properly. Obviously I did show it on my last. Let's see if I can slide it out a bit. Oh, do you know what? I'll just take it out because it slides back in. So that was the gorgeous bag from Pauline, and everyone had said what beautiful fabric. It is Liberty, so if you do like a Liberty print, but the way it's got the scissors and the bobbins and things on it, yeah, and the gorgeous little ribbon. So yeah, that was so kind. Like I say, Pauline at Sew Me Bags had sent this, so go over and give her a little follow on Instagram. We all like supporting local, don't we? And it's lovely to see things like this, and so kind. So I used my random comment picker this morning. So I'll pop a picture up here. You are the winner. Now, I'm sorry, I hope I'm going to pronounce this right. It's P, is it Vacha? So PVACHA 8278. Like I say, I'll pop the picture in here. So you are the winner. Congratulations. How lovely. The bag will be heading to you. So if you'd like to get in touch, leave me a comment, find me on Instagram, email me. I'll pop all details down below in the description. So reach out to me. I don't know where you are, so I don't know whereabouts this bag's getting sent to, but congratulations. I hope you're going to love it. I hope you're going to store some beautiful projects in there. And Pauline, once again, thank you so much. That was so kind. Do head over and give Pauline a little follow, and if anyone is interested in the bags, they're beautiful. I can honestly say that they're lovely, absolutely gorgeous material. So congratulations, well done to my winner. So what should we move on to now? Valentines, I guess. So I'm going to have to mess up my display now. I'd set it all out. But obviously everything's over here. So there is the embroidery things are just things that I'd done, oh gosh, quite a long time ago now. Like this is just, so that's embroidered. It says love at the side. I just made it into a small pillow with a bit of toy stuff in, the filling. These are all, obviously, they're all Nikki Franklin from the Stitchery, all her embroidery kits, which are all beautiful. You know how much how much we love Nikki here and her sister Sarah. So that's in there, that's in the little heart bowl. That was another one that I'd made. Again, just a small pillow. Oh, all those gorgeous French knots. Is that focusing okay? Can you see that all right? So yeah, there's they bullion knots, I think, for the roses, and oh yeah, there's all sorts of fly stitch, French knots, probably a bit of whip stitch. But yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, the little basket? So I thought that'd be quite cute to just come out on display. If you can see, I'll just move out of the way. This was made, so I think this had come in one of my advent boxes once. This is lovely Sue, homespun with love. She does a lot with Nikki sometimes. She has Sue Phillips. Has she got an Etsy shop? Or is it Folksy? Oh, I'm not sure. I'll pop any descriptions, but yeah, he's just like a beanie. Little threadbare. So he just stays there, and this lovely little envelope again. I think this was just a linen. Obviously it does open up, it is a little pouch, but I think that was probably again from one of Nikki's advents, and I just thought that's quite cute on there because it looks like a little envelope, doesn't it? New to receive all your Valentine's cards in. Not. Kev doesn't do Valentines. And then down here I've just put some spools. These are just really little old spools of thread. I actually found these in a charity shop. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? I thought the colours were lovely, so I don't really want to use them. I don't know how old they are, but they're cute, so I thought they'll sit down there on my little display. And they actually go perfect with this next, fully finished. So this is Primrose Cottage. This was their free pattern. Sorry, I never know how to hold the pillows when I'm trying to show. Free Valentine's pattern. All you have to do is sign up to the newsletter, and they send out, I think, is it the last Friday of every month? There's a Friday in every month where they'll send you out a free pattern, and this was the Valentine's one, which I love, with the pink and blues. Again, I just chose my own DMC colours. I mean, I tried to keep it, you know, theirs were very, very similar colours. I've just put this pin in the top. I know I was asking people last time about pins, so I love these when people put pins in, and I had these little felt balls. I've had these for years, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. I really would love some pins, a few more embellishments, you know, that people put on the sides of the pillows, and I can't really find. I don't know whether I'm looking in the wrong place. I know, is it the Button Company? Someone does some pins, and they're sort of themed ones. I know you can get Halloween ones, but yeah, I just don't know whether stuff like that is hard to find here in the UK, or could be me just not looking in the right place. So I've literally just used a thick pin that came in my needles. It's actually a needle. It came in my needle set of my embroidery ones, and I just picked the longest and the thickest one, and I just literally shoved the felt ball in the top. But yeah, if anyone knows of anywhere, I mean, I don't even mind making them myself or to buy. It's the pins, really. So I don't know. You can help me out. You can let me know. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But yeah, love, love, love. I've backed it myself in just a plain blue. I thought that was perfect. Baby blue material. Edged it in the pink pom-pom, which is a bit soft. It's not velour, but it's soft and furry. But yeah, I'm so chuffed. I love it. Absolutely love it. Like I say, it was a free pattern, but God, when you make the stuff up and you add all the bits on, they look fantastic, don't they? I'm really chuffed with that. I love the colours. I love baby pink and baby blue together. So that was my first start. I did start and finish for January. So I'm leaving that down there. Oh, I'm going to mess up my display. It doesn't matter. I can sort all that out later. We've got just a little heart bowl. Which I put some, well, I'm staying away from these, the Lindt chocolates. I'm sure Alfie will be into them when he gets home from school. What else? Oh, this. So this at the back. So I'll just show you this book. So again, this is embroidery. Sorry, I know I go in between embroidery and cross stitch, don't I? But I am an embroiderer really. I started embroidering about, I think it's 5 years ago. I just bought one of Nikki's kits. In fact, that tree over there, the picture, that was my first ever Nikki Franklin stitchery embroidery kit. So that was the first one. That was my absolute love. In fact, I'll just bring it a bit closer. That's what made me fall in love. It has got glass behind it, so I'm sorry if there's a glare. That was the only piece that I do really have behind glass. But it's a blossom tree, and it is absolutely jam-packed full of French knots, just in different colours to give that depth. But I loved it. So like I say, this was, gosh, at least 5 years old, at least. So yeah, it was there. Needs a bit of a dust as well. It was there that I think I found my love for Nikki and the stitchery kits. So I've just popped that up against there for now. So anyone that's been watching will know that I've been working on the herbarium, which has been the monthly kits that Nikki sends out. So you can sign up to a subscription. Each year there's a different theme. Last year now was the herbarium, but a couple of years ago she had a subscription that were called Postcards from England. So again, you get a kit every month. You don't know what the stitch is going to be. Obviously, you just have to trust Nikki that she's going to bring up these beautiful designs, which she always does anyway. So this is a linen book. Obviously, this can tie. You can make these yourself. Now I did cheat. I did purchase this from the stitchery because yeah, my sewing skills are not not that great. So on each page, so you literally open it like a book, and on each page there is a postcard. Or I say a postcard. So I have embroidered, that is embroidered on linen, and it is then stuck on a piece of, is it cardy paper? Like the rag type paper, which is like a postcard size. And then it's got January done on a typewriter in the corner. So that was January's, with the sheep with the snow. And then the next page is February with, is that a dove? With the love letter. Oh, it's so cute. With that lovely floral wreath. So again, I won't go through the whole book unless you want me to. If you want me to, let me know in the comments and I can show you. I'll show you through next time, but I won't go through the whole book. So obviously there's a different theme for each month. But I thought, well, that's very apt, isn't it, at the moment? So having the January one. So I'll just put that on my display. I'm going to put that at the back there. And then moving over. So I should have, I haven't brought the pattern, but I did show you all last time. So it's the Love Notes, the pattern, the booklet from Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. So the Love Notes is basically 5 different smalls to stitch, and obviously I've stitched them all, so I've started them all and fully finished them all in January, which I'm so chuffed about. I don't quite know how I've managed to do it really, but so I'm just going to have to pick them up and show you as I go. So this one is Be Mine. If I put that behind, does that focus any better? So it's the two little birds, obviously in love. This little chappie's holding his heart with the hat on. Finished it with this beautiful, I think it's French General. I did pop a picture on Instagram the other day, so I was surrounded by fabric and scraps and everything. I was just having a finishing evening. And it was from Sarah. Excuse me, my throat's getting a bit dry. It was from Sarah, the Stitchery Sisters. She, what am I trying to say, Emma? My mind's gone blank. Over Christmas, she was having a bit of time off. Excuse me. Over the Christmas break. And if you placed an order, she was back in work. I think it was something like the 2nd of Jan. When she was going to send out all the orders, anyone that had placed an order in that little time of the shutdown for the Christmas, she was sending out a pack of scraps of fabric. So I'd placed an order anyway, there was something I wanted. So I was really lucky that I managed to receive a pack of the scraps. And they were amazing. They were absolutely brilliant, Sarah, so thank you so much. And they were absolute perfect sizes. So I think all of the scraps, well, I've still got a few more, but all of the scraps have covered a pillow. So there was enough, like some of them still had a little bit more cut off. So they were absolutely fantastic, just perfect to back this in. So I didn't edge this one. By the way, going off subject, but if anyone does linens, lovely linens like this, or anyone does sort of scrap packs, could you let me know? But maybe just reach out to me however you want to, because I'd love to buy. Obviously I don't use I don't use material. I'm not a quilter, will never be a quilter. I'm not going down another rabbit hole, so that's a no. But I would love to have some beautiful fabrics, but probably only small, really small packs and scraps. So if anyone knows of anyone that does really lovely linens, I keep saying linen because I stitch on linen. If anyone does any lovely fabric packs or scrap packs, let me know. Because I think they're a great idea. Or Sarah, if you're ever going to do any more, I know I did buy the finishing pack from Sarah, which was fantastic, and that's got some bigger pieces in, and they're such a good idea. Again, if anyone does anything like that, amazing. So they've got like basically anything you need to finish a project. So bits of material, bits of rickrack, or anything to sort of go around the edge, any embellishments, anything like that, let me know. I'd be all over that. I love stuff like that, because this, so I've just put this little bow on the top, that is actually from the lint, Alfie had one at Christmas. It's the lint teddy bear. That they have the ribbon round the neck and the little bell. So that was the bow that was on that. I was like, right, I'm using that. Don't bin anything around here, anything like that can be used. But it looks great. So I thought, with having a big bow in the corner, I didn't really think it needed anything else around the edge. So that's the first one. That is just filled with toy stuffing, that one. It's just, is it polyfill, do they call it? I say toy stuffing because I've always used it for my crocheted toys and animals. So yeah, I just went for a little soft finish on that one. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's one of my favourites. I absolutely love this one. It's really simple, but I think I like the edge, the little, oh yeah, look at that. That's another one. So this again was from Sarah. It is French General, I'm sure, because there was the two different colourways. There was the red and the cream. so I've just gone through a mixture on all of them. But I love this one. So I've put on one of the bulb pins with these little tiny, I don't know what they are. And you see little sparkly circles. I thought it reminded me of the O in there. And then this gorgeous, I've just made this myself. So this was actually the, is it the seam binding, do they call it? I've used it to, oh no, why have I not? What did I use that for? Oh, it must have been a scrap that I had left over. So I use it to go around the edge of some of my projects. So Sarah had said to me, if you dampen it and scrunch it, it makes that lovely, like, ruched scrunchy effect. And then normally I'll run around the edge, but I've just used that one as a bow. And I love it. Yeah, like I say, I think it's one of my faves. I really do. Just dead simple, but yeah, so anything like this, if anyone knows of anywhere I can get all these sort of, I don't know, just bits of anything, pins and all sorts, I'd love to know. And even better, if there's anyone that sells like packs of anything like that. Then let's move on to the love one. Sorry, I find them so hard to hold. You see that there? Gorgeous. So this one is actually crushed walnut shells. So like I do my animal crackers, I went for this one in a pillow, and I must admit I like it. I like the fact it's weighty. It's got a bit of weight to it and it'll stand up. And this one I've left playing around the sides because I thought there was enough going on, because the back, look at that. Oh, Lady Duck creates velvet. Oh my gosh, it's heaven. It's gorgeous. That was from Sarah. That was from the finishing pack that I bought. So you actually got a piece of that, and I didn't use it all. There's still some more left. But yeah, oh, if you could feel it as well, it's so scorch. But yeah, I really like that one. It's lovely, isn't it? Just try and sit it there. So yeah, there she is, Miss Cupid with a bow and arrow. So yeah, I do like that one. Like I said, I didn't think it needed edging on that. I normally do like the edging, but I thought with that there was quite a lot going on that pillow. And again, see what I mean sometimes when I don't leave an awful lot of border, which is fine. That I'm more than happy. That's how I wanted it. But I just thought by the time I put something along there, I didn't want it to take away. And I kind of like the way you can sort of see the red peeking through. So that is up there. I need a dough bowl as well, don't I, guys? I really need a dough bowl to display on my little pillows. Although I do like that little tier tray. This one. This is another cutie. Again, they're all backed in the scraps. The French General. I'm so sorry if the camera wobbles as well. When I'm at this table, the tripod is on, and you can see, can't you, with the reflection? I'm sorry, the tripod is on the table in front of me, so sometimes it knocks. Whereas if I'm in the other room, the tripod's on the floor, so I don't knock anything then. But there you go. So this one I have put some rickrack, just a cream rickrack around the edge of that one, laid it flat, gone right round. And this is, what was this from? That was the heart. So that's right. So the lint bunnies come with the bell, don't they? At Easter, but the lint teddy bears at Christmas come with that little heart. So that was what was on that bow. It was in there. Sorry, it's spinning. It was dangling on that. So I just took it off. So I used the heart. I had one of those. Luckily, I had the gold bulb pin because I've only got them in black. So I desperately need to get some other colours. I need some gold and some silver. But I thought, oh, with it having just the one red heart on there, I thought that would look really cute. Well, I like it. And again, that's walnut shells. I'm just wondering if was just walnut shells. I think it was. I done a mixture. But yeah, like I said, I do quite like them with the crushed walnut shells, because it just makes it stand up a little bit more. But yeah, great, aren't they? So that is another one, just sitting up there. And the last one, oh no, oh, they've gone. They've wobbled. We'll rescue them later. Love you a latte. So I actually don't drink coffee. I'm a tea drinker, but I couldn't really, it's not the same effect, is it? Love you a cup of tea. So I've stuck with the words. Fab. Again, oh, I went for the cream backing on that one because I've done the ruched. Yeah, I hope you can see that okay. Love you a latte. And again, I've used the black bulb pin. I had two, little buttons. The pink one actually is a little heart. So I thought they'd be quite sweet on there. This is the binding I was just talking about. Dampened it, scrunched it, and then just literally tacked it all along. Yeah. So it's great, isn't it? I think I did change some of the colours in this. They were DMC, and one, I think it was one of the reds was quite orange. I find this a lot. I seem to say this every floss tube. There's always an orange that's called for in something. A red, sorry. And then when I pick it out, to me it looks really orange. So I can't even remember which one it was. I don't know whether it was the one that was for the cup. But yeah, I think I may have changed one or two. But most of the colours were the called for. But yeah, they're great, aren't they? Love you a latte. And that can stay on there. That one doesn't wobble off. Might do now because I've upset the balance. So that was that. And quickly, so I have to pop some pictures in. So another lovely friend that I've met, Julie, a lovely stitching friend. I can't remember why, but I was sending something the other week to her anyway. I thought I'd make her a small gift because I think it's lovely, isn't it, to receive. I think we, us stitchers and crafters and makers, understand a lot more sort of like what goes into making things, and we really appreciate gifts like that, don't we? I heard someone the other day saying something about non-crafters not necessarily wouldn't appreciate, but I think we understand what's gone in and how much love and how much time has gone into that gift, where people maybe not from the crafting community maybe might not see that the same, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I wanted to send something to Julie, so I made her a tiny locket. Now, anyone that's watched some of my earlier videos will know that I've done 1/1 stitching for, is it Millie Mouse? It was from Sarah's cross stitch book, one of the summer ones that she'd done. So I swore I'd never do 1/1 stitching again because these glasses just do not hold up to that. Anyway, I did. I'd done Julie, her initials, and that was at 1/1. I thought, well, it's only tiny and it's only a little bit of writing, so I'll pop a little picture in here just to show you. I wouldn't normally mention stuff like that, but it was a little start and a little finish again in January, so I thought I'll show you. And then the other day I needed a present for one of the vets in work for her birthday. So I was a bit unsure what to get her, and I'd bought something for her and I thought I still wanted to have a little something else. So I've actually made her herself. So I've crocheted her I use obviously all my crochet, a lot of my crochet stuff's Toft. So I used one of her mini doll patterns and then kind of just used other little bits of patterns and adapted to make this lovely little doll. So she's wearing a mask and she's got a little stethoscope round her neck. And she was gifted the other day and she was absolutely thoroughly loved. So I've just add that in as well, just to let you know, because that was again another start and finish in January. My gosh, we've been on fire, haven't we, with my needles and my crochet hook. But I do think that is it with all my stitching. Apart from, again, sorry, I do chop and change a bit, don't I? So my embroidery. So as I was just talking before about the monthly subscription. So all last year it was the herbarium. So I had the idea that I would make mine into a scrapbook. So each page is a page of the embroidery and a scrapbook page. So I'm not going to bore you with it all because I have shown it in numerous episodes. I've shown it as I go along. Again, if you want to see it, if you want me to do a complete flip through, I can do, but you'll have to let me know if you're interested in that. But I needed to catch up with my last 2 months, so it would have been November and December. Sometimes they're a little bit later coming out because the way Nikki's subscription works and obviously how busy things and people are around Christmas. So I did have a bit of catching up to do. So that'll be November. So that was herbarium number 11 and that was elderberry. So see how I've dyed the linen there and it all looks quite dotty. That was tea. That was a tea bag to give that effect. And I quite like it because the elderberry itself is quite dotty, isn't it? So yeah, that is my finished embroidery piece. And that is my, as you can see there. So I have the embroidery and then I have the scrapbooking page. And that's the scrapbook page. So I just try and sort of colour coordinate them and it just, I always do a tag. So it says elderberry, and elderberry used to be used to help the immune system. So we always like to add sort of like little notes just to let me know what, because a lot of flowers and plants were used for medicine, weren't they, years ago? Which is quite interesting really, isn't it? The properties that you think a flower or a plant could have. So that was November's, and then December's was the Hellbore, which is that one. Can you see that okay there? So again, I dyed the linen. It's a bit of bigger blobs on that one. And that is the page that goes with that. So just put in as well. So they were all the DMC colours that were used in the kits. Hellbore, this was used to ward off evil spirits apparently. So yeah, if you want to keep evil spirits away. And that's it. That is the book complete. I've just put the stitchery sticker on the back. So yeah, what a beautiful year's worth of projects that is. And I just thought it's really nice to have it all sort of binded in the book and you can flip through and see all the different patterns and things that I've worked on. Because sometimes a lot of the work gets done and just gets put away, doesn't it? And that's fine, you know, not everyone wants, you know, people don't do this always necessarily to display things, you know, sometimes it's just for pure relaxation and switching off and enjoying the process more than the finish. Whereas I kind of like both. I love, like, obviously craft is my zen, like that is my relax. But I also do really like a finish, and that's why it freaks me out a little bit to have really big projects. Like I would love to start a long dog, But yeah, I'm just a bit, I don't know whether mentally I could have a huge project like that hanging over me. I don't know. I just don't know. I do like a finish. I think that's why I like the smalls. I mean, I say they're smalls, they were still a lot of work. So even though I've finished and completed them, they took me a good while. So yeah, I like to have a finish. So yeah, that was last month's herbarium, and I've done the monthly kits for the subscriptions. I think it's at least 4 years now. Yeah, because if I got into it 5 years ago, I probably didn't do the first year. I probably didn't know about it, or obviously with being like quite a newbie. So 4 years I've done the monthly subscriptions with Nikki, and I actually haven't signed up to this year's. I know, which I think I'm deeply going to regret. And Sarah does now the cross stitching alongside it, and this year's looks amazing. It's time for tea. So the kits that Nikki is going to do is embroidery. So I've seen, obviously, the January is already out, and it's a lovely, like a floral wreath, and then in the middle it's got like a little tiny cup of tea, well, just a cup and saucer, and it's very floral. And then Sarah is doing cross stitch, like little tiny tea bags that coincide. Oh, they are adorable. Like I say, I think I'm deeply going to regret not signing up for this year's, but yeah, sad. So that's it. So that's all what I've been working on. Cross stitching and embroidery. Haul, haven't really bought, haven't really needed to buy anything, haven't really seen anything. Probably waiting for market like everyone else. Needlework market. Oh, exciting. Although, again, anyone that loves me, of course everyone loves me. What am I saying? Anyone that knows me knows my love of Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. So I was really lucky to buy this from D-Stash the other day. This fab Easter. Oh, cute. Anyone that loves me. What was I thinking? Anyone that knows me, Emma, knows my love of With Thy Needle and Thread. So yeah, I did buy this. Can't wait to stitch this. This will be a cool one for Easter. And I saw the other day, he was stitching has anyone seen the word play? The Brenda Gervais, the With Thy Needle and Thread word play. So there's a different pattern for each month. They are gorgeous. Now, my gosh, I wish they sold them in the UK. They are absolutely beautiful patterns. That'd be my dream, I think, to have the year's worth of those. So we'll keep looking, keep hoping that maybe one day they'll turn up in a D-Stash. But yeah, more than happy with that. Absolutely love that little Easter one. So that was it with my haul. Been quite good. What else have I got to mention? Spoke about all my stitching plans. You know, I don't really make plans because I'll never keep them. But saying that, I've made quite a big plan actually. Well, for a month. So the lovely Amy from, let me get this right, anxiety.stitched. If you go and give her a little watch and a little follow on Flosstube, she is an Australian stitcher. Amy's lovely. She likes a lot of, when I like doing like my Halloweeny, spooky, witchy stitcher kind of vibe, she's really into that. She gave me a little mention on her last Flosstube because we have been chatting and we have got a big plan. So for the month of May, we've decided that we are just solely going to keep that month for the witchy stitcher. No particular reason other than we love the witchy stitcher and that we've both got her book. So we're going to pick either a pattern or multiple patterns, and we're just going to stitch on that in the month of May. So how exciting. So Amy, I can't wait. Although I think we did say what we might do Nevermore, and I know on your Flosstube you scared me and said that we might be starting the haunted house. I mean, I don't know. I do love it, but it is quite large, so We might not get a finish, Amy, and it might set me off a little bit with that. But no, we're just going to work on whatever we want. So obviously, anyone as well, you are more than welcome to join us with that. Like I say, it's not until May. No reason, because it's not near Halloween. But hey ho, who cares? We love a bit of witchy stitcher. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join in with that. Amy will have to get hashtag sorted, won't we, and pop it on Instagram. And hopefully we can try and catch up and either have like a little Zoom chat together or try and film something. And I don't know what we'll do, because obviously with the time difference as well, we'll often text and it's sort of like, I think, is it my bedtime as she's getting up in the morning or something? I don't know. It's very hard to get my head around all that time difference. So I'm not quite sure what we'll do about that, but we'll work it out when we get to it. Like I say, that's May. And April, so let me get it, Sunday the 19th of April, I am heading down to the Stitchery down in Northampton. Everyone knows it's my favourite place. Love it. So I'm going to do a workshop with Sarah. I was really lucky to do one last year. So she's running Stacey Nash workshops. So basically, you pay for your course, it's a full day. You receive the pattern that we're working on, the threads, the linen, lunch is provided. It is a beautiful day. Last year, that's where I was really lucky to meet Sarah from Penelope's Pocket, and all my lovely other stitchy friends were there. So I'm going this year, so the 19th of April. If anyone is free and fancies a trip down to Northampton, I just checked this morning and it does look like there is still availability. It's beautiful, absolutely the most beautiful place. I'm going to go all out and say it's probably the most beautiful place on earth, because it is stunning. Honestly, it's the most beautiful setting. It's just gorgeous, and Sarah's such a wonderful teacher. So so it's Stacey Nash and we are stitching Hazel. I think it's Miss Hazel. That's going to be the pattern that we're going for. But I mean, Sarah always says as well, if you still want to come but you've stitched Hazel, just let her know and she'll sort out a different pattern and fabric and colours for you to stitch. So don't be put off if you think, oh, I'd love to go but I've already done Hazel. That's not a problem. It's just that she's picked that one for most of us to stitch if we want to. And obviously I haven't stitched Hazel, so I am more than happy stitching Hazel. So Sunday the 19th of April, if you are going, let me know. Amazing. Can't wait to see you. If you want to go and you can make it and you're not too far from Northampton, go for it. Let me know. Love to see you there. And other than that, I think that's it really with plans wise. Like I said, I never really make plans. Emma does what Emma wants to do. Why not? So that's everything. Nothing else left to say. Congratulations to whoever's won the bag. I'm guessing that is not your name, but it may well be your name. So I'm sorry if my pronunciation was awful there. But well done. Please get in touch. The quicker you get in touch with me, the quicker I can get it sent out for you and it can be heading your way, which is amazing. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all getting time to stitch, and not quite sure when I'll be back. Again, never make plans, so I will pop up on your screen whenever you get a notification. Again, thanks so much for everyone that's taking the time to subscribe, like, leave me a comment, all the things. You know how much I love you all and appreciate you all. So on that note, I don't need to say any more. Stay well, stay healthy, keep stitching, be happy, enjoy February. Hopefully we're going to get into some milder weather. Hopefully. Well, we might over here in the UK, I don't know. Still pretty cold at the moment. So right, take care everyone. Hope you all have a lovely Valentine's, no matter what you're doing, whoever you're with, friends, family, loved ones. Enjoy, keep stitching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Down a rose cottage. Cottage, there's magic in the air. Emma's got her needles, her threads, her crafty flair, with a hoop in her hand and a smile so wide. She's calling y'all to join the Flosstube tribe. Rose Cottage creates where the stitches come alive. Threads of joy, oh, they'll make your heart thrive. So grab your floss, come laugh, come play, be part of the tribe, start stitching today. There's roses on the windows and laughter in the breeze. Emma's crafting wonders as easy as you please. From cross-stitch stars to a quilted parade, every thread she weaves is a memory made. Rose Cottage creates where the stitches come alive. Threads of joy, oh, they'll make your heart thrive. So grab your floss, come laugh, come play, be part of the tribe, start stitching today. Whether you're a pro or just learning the ropes, Emma's got the patterns, the laughs, and the hopes. With every stitch, a little dream sewn tight. Rose Cottage shines like a beacon of light. Rose Cottage creates where the stitches come alive. Threads of joy, oh, they'll make your heart thrive. So grab your floss, come laugh, come play.